It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories in 90 seconds.
I never ever imagined he would do anything like this. He has plans, he has visions.
A dangerous TikTok trend leaves a local boy in critical condition.
This is not a joke, this is not a game to play with. You know, I am going through this pain.
Tonight, the warning for parents about what is being called the Blackout Challenge. How can you not love spring in Colorado? We're about to go from sunny and 70s in the park to snow and cold in just a few hours.
Don't expect temperatures like these tomorrow. How much colder and how much snow to expect?
The light at the end of the tunnel to rebound from the pandemic is in full view.
Anybody can access the life-saving, highly effective, safe vaccine starting this Friday, April 2nd.
But some fear they will be left behind as the vaccine pot grows.
I feel like we're moving the general public way too quickly, considering that, you know, even the high-risk people that were phase 1 and 2 still haven't gotten their vaccine.
Plus, plans to save a memorial that has served as a place of refuge after the King Soopers shooting. And COVID almost took his life.
You know, there were times when it was like hour to hour, is he going to make it?
But thanks to the state's first COVID-related lung transplant, this man is able to see his family again. But they still need help.
He doesn't get a paycheck right now, and like I said, the rest of the world doesn't stop, even when your world stops.
Good Monday evening, and thank you for watching Denver7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter. What a wild 2 days of weather we are in for, but such a spring in Colorado, right? Today we saw people in shorts in parks across the Front Range, but we also saw strong wind gusts throughout the day. And tonight, snow moves into the Front Range. Let's send it to Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson. Good evening, Mike.
Hi, Jessica. Yeah, quite a wild change here. We had 75 degrees for a high in Denver today, but check out southeastern Colorado. 86 at Lahana, 86 at Burlington, and look at the current numbers, down to 49 at Fort Collins, 47 now in Denver, and Laramie and Cheyenne are in the 30s currently as a strong cold front is pushing through the area. Winds are still really gusting. They're shifting more to the northwest now on the other side of that front, up to about 35 to 40 miles per hour. There's the front pushing through. You start to see a little bit of snow developing behind it. It's not going to be a major snowstorm, but it'd be a pretty good shift in the overall feel of the weather out there. Cold front racing through the area, much colder tomorrow. Light snow, few inches may accumulate, but there's a big warm up later this week. All the details coming up.
Thank you, Mike. Tonight, a warning for parents about a dangerous TikTok trend. A 12-year-old Aurora boy is fighting for his life after taking part in the so-called Blackout Challenge. Denver7's Sloan Dickey talked with that boy's dad, who is sharing his story so other parents don't feel the same pain.
He wants to be fit, he wants to be counted for, and he just pushes himself.
Joshua Haliesis is a hardworking 12-year-old.
He wants to be an actor. He had submitted video acting to Simbot app.
Sharing his achievements online, from acting to playing the guitar.
He worked so hard. He bought a guitar to play on it. He taught himself from YouTube.
To cooking.
He does work hard to impress me, impress everyone. He learned all that on YouTube. He knows all the spices and all those things that I don't know about.
Now he's in a fight for his life.
I never ever imagined he would do anything like this. He has plans, he has visions, he has a lot of things that he wants to do.
Last week, Joshua participated in the so-called Blackout Challenge, a trend on TikTok that encourages participants to choke themselves until they pass out. The videos are so disturbing, Denver7 has decided not to share them.
I would never, ever imagine he would do such a thing, but the fact that he's exposed to ideas, like this kind of ideas, it's just crazy.
And Joshua's parents aren't alone. Kids across the country are giving in to this dangerous TikTok trend.
The kids especially, they don't know how fragile they are.
Now Joshua's family is warning all parents this is serious and deadly.
I don't know why people would do such a thing. I don't know why people would post those things. Then maybe they're looking at it as a game, maybe they're looking at it as a prank, maybe they're trying to see their viewers could laugh about it.
For a week, doctors at Children's Hospital Colorado have been working to save Joshua, his parents hoping and praying.
My God is a miracle worker. I'm praying. I needed some time to just for him to come out.
A young boy in the fight of his life because of a social media challenge that went too far.
It could be a prank, whatever it is. This is not a joke. This is not a game to play with. You know, I am going through this pain, but I don't think anybody needs to go through this pain.
And this evening, family, friends, and neighbors of Joshua gathered at Children's Hospital for a prayer vigil that ended about an hour ago. His parents say they wanted to get his story out for two reasons: to ask for prayers for their son and to tell parents across Colorado to talk with their kids about this dangerous trend. Reporting in Aurora, Sloan Dickey, Denver7.
A very serious warning. Thank you, Sloan. Well, this Friday, every Coloradan 16 and up will be eligible to receive the COVID vaccine. Governor Polis says even though you're eligible, it could still take weeks to find an appointment.
You will get it, whether it's the week of April 2nd or the following week, the week after that. We still anticipate by mid to late May, so that's only less than 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks from now, everybody who wants the vaccine will have had the vaccine.
Governor Polis says just under 1 million Coloradans are fully vaccinated, and that includes 70% of people 60 and older. We have information on where to sign up for the state's mass vaccine sites on the denverchannel.com. President Biden announcing today that at least 90% of all adults will be eligible for the vaccine in the next 3 weeks. To speed up vaccinations, the administration will open more mass vaccination sites and add 20,000 more pharmacies. The goal is to give most Americans access to a vaccine within 5 miles of their home. Opening up vaccine eligibility is a major step forward, but then what's next? Denver7's Ivan Rodriguez is looking for answers about just how important those vaccine cards might turn out to be.
There are questions being asked more and more by those with and without their COVID vaccine. What will life look like after the pandemic? And what doors will open for those who are vaccinated? For Laura Snipin, she has no problem showing proof of her COVID-19 vaccine.
Card, wristband, you can tattoo it on my wrist. I don't care. I'm not worried about privacy or anything else, or people wanting to know that I prove a vaccine.
Monday, the White House announced there will be no federal mandate requiring Americans to obtain a vaccination credential or a centralized federal vaccination database. But that doesn't mean private companies aren't moving forward with this concept.
Well, I think it's absolutely important to have a vaccination passport in order to get us all back to work, get us all back to traveling again.
Ping Identity in Denver is one of many companies across the country creating a vaccine passport. They say it would securely show proof of vaccination on your phone.
So our solution offering is focused on providing the ability for the vaccine information to be resident on people's devices. They're able to control it. It is able to be kept current with connections to pharmacies.
The ability to do this could also allow access into restaurants, sporting events, or concert venues. For Christian Hardegree, Dean of the School of Hospitality at MSU Denver, the issues of fairness and privacy cannot be ignored.
We know that marginalized and vulnerable populations are more reticent based on history and confidence to get vaccines. And so if we go to a process by which we require vaccinations and we require proof of vaccinations, are we further marginalizing these populations?
Governor Polis is not a proponent of proof of vaccination. He'll tell you it's the security of knowing that will get people back to their normal lives.
I think largely, once people have the peace of mind knowing that they're protected, you see that they are willing to go out and be around others a lot more.
Although states like New York have already started requiring proof of vaccination in some areas, it's still unclear in Colorado who might require proof to get through the door. Ivan Rodriguez, Denver7.
1 week since the Boulder mass shooting, and it is clear the grieving process is far from over. Today, hundreds gathered in Denver and thousands watched online as the Archdiocese of Denver held a funeral mass for Officer Eric Talley.
You would think that the evil which was done in Boulder Monday last would break the heart of God, and it did.
And as police officers, I want to honor you. For too often, you are taken for granted. And yet in situations like this, you are the ones who protect human life.
Officer Talley's memorial service will be held tomorrow at Flatirons Community Church in Lafayette. You can pay your respects by watching online. Our Denver7 coverage begins at 4:30 a.m. At 10, we'll have special coverage of the procession. The memorial service starts at 11. The Museum of Boulder is working to make the memorial outside the Boulder King Supers permanent. The museum wants the items people have created or dropped off to eventually be brought to them. The museum will eventually place signs near the memorial to tell people where to donate items. The museum says it's determined to make a permanent memorial fitting for the victims, their family, and the community. And we know many of you want a safe way to help the victims' families, the survivors, and the Boulder community as a whole. You can do that by donating to the Colorado Healing Fund. You can donate at coloradohealingfund.org or make a $20 donation by texting the word Colorado to 20222.
It's been a long road, but I'm getting stronger each day.
A battle with COVID threatened to take his life, but a first-of-its-kind procedure turned out to be a lifesaver.
Couldn't have got through it without prayer and without God on my side.
With a long road still ahead of him, tonight, you can help make that journey a little easier.
Don't expect temperatures like these tomorrow. How much colder and how much snow to expect.
Plus, we have details on what opening day looks like for the Rockies with fans in the stands. And independent music venues in Colorado are about to get some help in their rebound.
This grant is instrumental in helping this industry to survive and saving a lot of these independent venues, including Cervantes.